I can't believe how much content we have to create a great channel. And I want to thank the abusive comment selection on this video channel listed in my library. I I almost didn't realize the reaction or response I was going to get. Ronnie Rogers is a guy on my channel that has been quite abusive, and I'm going to say it like it is. He's actually helped me in a lot of ways. His abusive remarks and his slander is what gets this channel improving. So, compliments to you, Ronnie Rogers, for your abusive remarks because that only helps me, doesn't hurt me. He said that this is a startup channel. Let me tell you a little background on this channel. There was, I had an email that somebody hacked into. I had a channel on my previous channel a couple years ago, but the email was hacked and I couldn't get into the channel. So I came over here and I just started my work. I just transferred my work to this channel, which I already had it. I already was doing stuff with this anyway. So, long story short, I've been doing the field report since 2007. And I told you I am supervised. And the reason why I did that is to be accountable. That's what Christians need to do. We got to hold each other accountable. If you don't have an accountability group, get one. I'm so sorry I'm drinking water like this. I don't want to be rude, but I'm so thirsty. So let me tell you, it's not about doing blogs, okay? It's about OTA. Let me tell you where the field report started. I was in OTA. I was going to college. I wanted to be an occupational therapist. And I wanted to tell you the story behind what I was trying to do. I picked different colors on the color wheel one day when I was in beauty school, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to continue with beauty school because the demand on my body was too much. I had just got diagnosed with tumors, and this was in 2006. So, um, right about the same time is when the field report was created in 2007. I was married at the time, and I had to do something. I needed to make a career move. And I had already worked in radio briefly. When I say briefly, I was an intern in college in 1990. And I wanted to resurrect my career in radio. So I applied to jobs, nothing happened. I was going to have to go at it on my own. So I tried this new thing. And back then, they didn't even have tablets, okay? So I was going to try this new thing called blogging. And I thought I was on the cusp of everything. I thought I was like on top of the world when I told my brother I was going to blog. He looked at me with cross-eyed. So back to the OTA. I either had to make a decision about going being a beautician, and it was too hard on my legs with the tumors I had, or do this radio blog. So I decided to scratch all my plans and just go through with the surgery. I went through a divorce, and I kept the field report going on as a blog. And I even bought t-shirts, and I just wanted to keep it under the supervision of a Christian pastor. And I didn't want any money or anything. I just wanted to do a Christian blog, talk about walking it out in faith. Because I was pretty new to the whole prophecy movement that was going on at that moment. Well, I kind of dropped everything after the tumor surgery, and I went through a lot of stuff, and a lot of things happened through that divorce period during that time. So I wanted to go back to school to be an occupational therapist, and that's what I hope I may end up doing eventually again. And when and that's why I always talk about the cross, making things, but you can't make this stuff in a secular world that we live in. But I make these projects and they're very fun to make, okay? And I'm an artist and I'm talented with my hands. And so we explored the idea of doing artwork, decor as an occupational therapy project. And I think look at this blog as an occupational therapy project to help disabled veterans and doing things. So what I did with the field report is an occupational therapy project to get other veterans online blogging about their experiences, different formats. So I got the approval, the field report 23, the approval of the VA to do an occupational therapy project. And since that time, I had to drop it because I got diagnosed with another tumor. So as it stands right now, I just been blogging about news stories and just random things and etc. But thank you, Ronnie, for your insults because honestly, you only make me improve my game. I mean, this is how basketball was. I played basketball in junior high and high school. The only way you improve your game is you look at your opposition and you see where you make your mistakes. If I'm making mistakes, I'm only out to improve. I'm not out to prove anything to you. I'm just out to improve altogether. My game plan has never changed with the field report since 2007. I don't think I would be here right now in 2024 if God would have it that I'm not honoring the Lord in this, then I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be blogging. I have people that have t-shirts that I made, projects I've done. I've been on veteran events. It's all about veterans, helping veterans. That's the only reason the field report exists. It's about war correspondents that I've met, including Jim Angle from Fox News, who passed away February 9th, 2022. I met so many incredible, fascinating people that have helped me along the way, including Jim Angle from Fox News. He was a White House correspondent. And they all have given me very valuable information and lessons to learn from. There have been teachable moments. And let me just tell you, I have learned from the best, and I am quite capable of doing this. The only thing I want to do is help veterans with the field report. This, in the backdrop of all this work that is going on, it's not the kitchen scene that I want to work on as much as I want the veterans to be respected. And right now, we're in the process of doing something with the veterans so that they can have their own blog and the field report will expand to something bigger. And I'm in the process of doing that. Now, I have an interview with a Robin's Home, which is a women's veterans program. And that interview has been set back for February and maybe March because there's a lot going on in that program right now that she's so busy that it's hard to get an interview with this lady. She runs a program for women veterans. Now, the backdrop, everything that we're doing, this isn't permanent. Everything's temporary right now. The only reason we're not making the progress we want to make is because I have a tumor and I don't have the medical ability to do a lot of anything until I get either surgery or till the time the doctor says gives me a bill okay to go ahead and work again. Right now, I'm in school and I really want this to be an occupational therapy project, for veterans. That's what the Field Report is for. It is not a blog that you would think in the respect that you look at it. It's really meant for a tool to help veterans, and that's what it's meant for, is us to educate each other, to help school each other. We can always have our own views and opinions on art, to news, to science, to all these things. But the broader picture here is to say this: without insult and injury, we are veterans first. And I need to let those people know, when you insult veterans, you have no place here anyway. So you will be blocked. And that's really it. I don't have any time for that. If you're going to insult veterans like myself, you don't have a place here. But if you're going to make a comment or have an opinion on something that benefits me, I'm going to listen. I am okay with constructive criticism. I'm not going to block you for constructive criticism, but I will block you if you're going to be insulting. Okay. On the other side of this, to the people that give me valuable advice, thank you. You give me more reasons to get up and do this, because there are days I dread getting up on this video camera. You don't know how hard it is to put on the face and smile for the camera. Not every morning does the coffee taste that good, okay? Sometimes I get sick and tired of being sick and tired doing the same old, same old. I don't want to do the same old every day, okay? When it starts becoming like a job, I'm going to quit. And then I'll just do what I planned on doing to begin with. We're going to stick with the veterans, helping veterans. And this will just be a random project like we planned it to be. Okay? So you get the gist of what's going on. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate your support too. You're helping veterans. Remember that. God bless you.